Buongiorno, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review on the newest release from Narciso Rodriguez. This is For Her Intense. So if you want to know all about this fragrance and how does it compare to other fragrances from the brand or others on the market and would I recommend it or not, then please keep watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you found it helpful or you enjoyed it to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. Let me start by saying that I am the biggest fan of Narciso Rodriguez. I have a buying guide on his fragrances, and at one point I had almost all the fragrances from the brand. Big fan here. So when I saw that they are releasing a new fragrance and I saw the color of the bottle, just went ahead and blind bought it without even looking at the notes. Now with the color of this bottle, which by the way, let's appreciate this color because I love it. Yes, I am matching a little bit with it. I thought I am going to get a fruity, more vanillic version of the For Her. I expected a little bit more sweeter, more fruity version, especially with the color. I thought about cherry and I was almost right. Like this fragrance in the opening is this vanilla fruity fragrance with a little bit of the signature musk of Narciso. Now, if you are not familiar with the brand, Narciso Rodriguez has a signature musk that is very present in almost all of his fragrances. Like it's in all of the fragrances, but in some fragrances it's more predominant and in others it's a little bit more toned down, especially recently. And this one is one of these where the musk is very toned down. Like you almost can't detect it in the beginning. Like you get it in the dry down, but in the beginning it's just a hint of it. Mostly what I get in this fragrance. And I don't know, is it in my head because the color, because what I expected? I thought that in the beginning I got a little bit of a sour cherry note. Now there is no cherry in the notes, unfortunately. And I think if they would have gone with cherry, it would have been much better. But instead, you have peach, which is the star of the show here. Like this is the fruitiest fragrance from the brand. And it confirms my suspicions that this brand is abandoning a little bit its signature mask and it's going more on to more mass pleasing to a certain demographic, to more younger generations, where this signature musk from Narciso, which is a little bit strong and clean and has a hint of animalicness, is not very appealing. So, in the beginning, as I said, I get a little bit, and still now, by the way, I get it, but I don't know if it's in my head. I get almost like a sour cherry, vanilla, like a sweet fruitiness, a little bit with the musk. However, in the dry down, it's the peach that you will get through and through. Like this is the star of the show and it has a little bit of this woodiness in it. So they mention only vetiver in the notes, but I almost can swear I smell a little bit of cedar. Like if you see the notes, like the notes listed on fragrance, I feel like are not representing this fragrance by any means. There is bergamot and peach in the top. You have musk and white flowers in the mid. You have vanilla and vetiver in the base. So there is no sour cherries, there is no cedar, but I just smell them. And overall, I am quite disappointed with this release. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, that seems nice. Not exactly what I expected, not exactly the Narciso I know, but in the dry down, this is an overly synthetic peach with musk, with woodiness, and it smells to me, and I am so upset to say it because this is the first fragrance I would say is a bad release from the brand. It smells bad. Sorry. Like I just don't like this fragrance and it really breaks my heart, but this is a big flop for me. Even as a person who loves peach, this peach is very synthetic. I don't know, does it come from the peach itself, like the note used to create the accord of peach, or is it a combination of this note with other notes that gives this effect? The final result of this fragrance is a synthetic mess. When it comes to performance, it's also not intense at all. Actually, shockingly, the eau de toilette is the one that is most powerful when in this line. Like the eau de toilette is more powerful than the eau de parfum and even more powerful than the intense. This is a solid moderate longevity and sillage, like 4 hours, and that's it. Which is for me a plus while testing this fragrance, because it was not a really pleasant experience. Anyway, so this fragrance for me is not recommended, and it's the first one from the brand to have a bad review from me. But unfortunately, I've worn it many times and I did not enjoy this fragrance at all. I almost wanted to scrub it off. This is how bad it is in the dry down. So definitely, if you want to test this fragrance, please leave it on your skin till the dry down. Don't blind buy it like I did, because I thought, like, as a fan of this brand, there is no fragrance that I really dislike. Some I like more than others, and some are not like for me personally, but like a dislike, like a real dislike, never happened. But there is a first for everything, and this is the first flop from Narciso Rodriguez, in my opinion. So don't blind buy this fragrance, please, and when you test it, please leave it on your skin and see if you like the dry down, because the opening, as I said, was not like wow. It was a new take, something new, which I appreciate actually, but it didn't last long. Now I have also to mention something quite important, because just before filming this video, I went on Fragrantica to see if anyone tested this one. And there are very, very few people who tested this fragrance. But let me tell you, like, when I saw what people say what this fragrance reminds me of, I was shocked, because it doesn't remind me of any of these fragrances. So mostly people say it reminds them of Valaya, except of the syntheticness, because Valaya is quite synthetic. I don't really feel any kind of resemblance between the two. And then there is Ella K, Camellia K. Kind of get it, but also not really. It is, I would say, the syntheticness that they are smelling in all these fragrances that reminds them of this one. But like as a scent structure, as a scent profile, I don't find this one. Sorry, excuse the cat. He's driving me crazy. There is nothing in common with these fragrances, and I would say I've never smelled anything like it. So this fragrance is going to be decluttered as soon as I can. This is how much I dislike it. And it is a shame, because it's one of my favorite bottles from the brand, like this color and everything. But this is my personal opinion. Please tell me in the comments down below, did you try this fragrance? What do you think about it? I will leave linked down below all the reviews I did on all Narciso Rodriguez fragrances, like I did every single release since 2020 maybe, as well as the buying guide. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.